and welcome to the Digital Classroom. My name is Jamie Benedict, and I am here with the tools and techniques to help you with your digital curriculum. Today I want to take some time and talk about a question that I get quite a bit, and that is, how do you record your lessons? And I actually use a program called OBS. It's Open Broadcaster Software. And I use this one because I can add all of my features in up front. I can add display captures and I can add video and multimedia incorporation. I can bring in my intro music and my outro music and do all of that, mostly because I hate post-production so much. OBS is a great program if you really want to take the time to put together a really good production quality type show for your students or for teachers or for whatever it is that you're doing. I like the software. I don't know everything about it. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I talk to people who use it, but I want to make sure that I put together something that is high quality. Now, if you are going to record lessons for your students, which is becoming the thing to do, especially during this digital era, recording your lessons is great. I'm a huge fan of recording your lessons in advance because it gives you the opportunity to do more in-depth work in the class. When I record a lesson and show it to the kids, they can watch it before they come to class. They can watch it, and I usually give them about a week to watch it before we're even going to talk about that particular topic in class. That way I know that they've had time to watch it. But in class, I don't have to go over concepts and terms and definitions and things like that. They've already got those. They've got the examples. And I'm going to start looking at, how do you incorporate this? How is this applied in a particular setting? And that to me is far more valuable. You get a lot more in-depth in the classroom when you have that lesson out of the way ahead of time. So let's take a look at how you can do that in a really easy manner. And I'm going to look at a program that I think many of you will like. I've actually created a video for how to download this and how to get started with it. I'm going to overlap a little bit here, but I think you'll want to check that video out as well. This is a great program called Loom, and this is one that allows you to do recordings. If you want to use PowerPoint, you can use that with Loom. If you want to use Google Slides, you can use that with Loom. So you have some abilities here to keep your current work and now add video to that. So here's my Loom. I download this as a Chrome extension, and so it's real easy to access. You can do that as well. There is a desktop version of it. Either way, they are free, and they're free with some pretty good capabilities. So it's really kind of nice to have access to this program. So when you get ready to record a video, we're going to start by clicking on New Video, and you are going to get three options here. One is to start with the screen only. So if you're recording a presentation, you'll have your screen up here and your audio will record. If you want to put your face in there, which I think you should, because the students are making that connection with you. You are the teacher in the classroom. You are the person guiding the video. I think you should have your face in there, just like you would in the classroom if you are making eye contact with students. To me, this is your way of making eye contact with the students. So you can pull up your slideshow and then choose screen and cam. Now, I can't pull up my cam right now because my camera is already engaged, but where this J is, then you can you'll get your camera and then it'll go into a corner. It won't be that large on the screen. It'll go into the corner for you to watch your video that way. So that's one option, and I think that's honestly the better option. The third option is to do a cam only, and that means that you don't have your PowerPoint up. If you just wanted to do a direct message to students, you want to do a welcome back message, or you want to do a private discussion of something that came up in current events and you don't have a PowerPoint for it, you just want to talk to the kids about it, then you can do that. If you are going to be gone for a day, when you leave instructions for the sub, that's great. But what if the instructions came directly from you when you're going to be gone? So you record those instructions up front and you can actually incorporate those right into your learning management system. And then the students have no excuse for what they were supposed to do and not having it done, or making sure that they know what to do to get it done for class that day. You definitely want to turn on your microphone audio, and then you're going to hit start recording. In the advanced options, I always turn this on recording countdown. That way, when you hit start recording, it's going to give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown so that now it's time for me to speak. But it defaults to that. You don't really have to mess with that one. Just make sure that it's on. So this is Loom. Now, when you record in Loom, everything gets stored here. You can see I have 22 videos, and I have access to these videos. And directly from these videos, I can share a link. So here's a link to this video. I can hit copy, and I can paste this into their learning management system and make sure that they have access to it. I can email this to students. I can put it as an announcement to students. I can make sure that they have access to my link. And you're going to be able to see how many students watched your video, because it gives you a total here, and how many unique watchers. So if a kid goes back and watches a second time, they don't count as unique. So you'll know exactly what's going on here. With Loom, you do get a little bit of post-production that you can do. You can trim your video up a little bit on the front and the end, which is nice because there's always something that goes wrong, or there's a little bit of a lead time that you want to cut out. That's fine. So you can make sure that you trim that off there. You can also add a custom thumbnail. I'll show you what that looks like when I go over to YouTube in just a moment for you. You can also download your video and create it as an MP4. So it doesn't have to stay in Loom. If you have a YouTube channel and you just want to make sure that you have a good, easy program to record, then Loom is a great way to do that. Download it and then move the video over to your YouTube channel. You can do that as well. And then, of course, you can delete any videos that have been sitting here too long. You don't want them to take up space or anything like that. Now, I do everything through YouTube. I have channels. I have one for school. I have one for my digital classroom, and I have one for another project that I'm working on. So I make sure that I have channels, and I keep all my videos separated so that I can get the subscribers. I can keep track of where my videos are, and I don't have overlap there. When you create your YouTube channel, if you have a Gmail account, you can have a YouTube channel because it's owned by the same company. You work the same way. You are going to first start by uploading your video. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Create and upload my video. And I'm going to click on the upload. And I keep my video that I want to upload in the moment on my desktop. Once I'm done with it, I remove it from the desktop. But here is the video that I want to upload using multimedia in the classroom. And once it starts the upload, you already have a link to your video. So you can copy this and paste it. Now, until it's processed, you won't actually have access to it, but it lets you know it is going in. It's just a matter of taking the time to put up here. So I'm going to go through some of the details here. I can put a thumbnail on this. I like thumbnails. Otherwise, you just get that one screen that's a paused shot of your video, and I don't like that. Sometimes it catches your face in a weird angle or a funny, eyes closed moment. If you're doing them for your school, maybe you want to take a school logo and throw that right on there right at the beginning, and this is what will pop up on the screen when students open your video, so they'll know this is your video because it's got your logo or your marking on it. You can add that to a playlist. This is something that YouTube has been doing, and they've actually been forced to do this to adhere to the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and that is you have to declare whether your video is made for kids or not made for kids. I always check that it's not made for kids, even though I'm pushing it out for high school students and they are technically kids. What I look at as kids content is something like The Wiggles. So if you have children or you had children 10 years ago, then you probably know who the Wiggles are. They're a kids show. They put a lot of content on YouTube, so you can make that for kids. Mine is not necessarily for adults, and I could put an age restriction on it, and I could say, look, if this is for content of only 18 years or older, but I don't do that. I always leave mine it's not restricted, but I don't want to say that small children should be watching it. There's nothing inappropriate in the videos. It's just not made for them. So there's no reason to confuse the system and confuse the process. Now, there are other options that you can incorporate here. You can do your closed captioning in various languages. I don't ever turn that on, really. I do always put allow embedding, and I'll show you why in just a moment. And I always change my comments now to disable comments. And I do that because all my videos are public and I don't want inappropriate comments to be part of the video. So I just disable them. If you have a comment that you would like to get to me about a video, just send me an email. And then I'm going to go ahead and click next. I'm not going to worry about an end screen or cards. I'm just going to click next here. This is the next step that you'll want to look at, and that is whether you want to make your video private, where only you and people that you choose can watch it, or unlisted, where as long as somebody clicks on a link, they can access the video, or do you want to make your video public so that people could actually search this up and find it? For my class videos, I always make them unlisted. That way, when I send the link out, it goes to my students and I know they're the ones that have access to it. I have sent that to other teachers and allowed other teachers to use my marketing content, but that's not, I don't want it necessarily to be able to be searched up. When I do a video for class, I'm talking to my students. I'm teaching them the way I want to teach them, and that's not for everybody. For my digital classroom, everything that I'm doing now, I'm making public so that if people do end up searching, they can actually find my content. So I'm going to leave mine as unlisted for this particular video, and I'm going to click save. And of course, YouTube has to go through the process of coding this and uploading it to the system. But your link is here. And then you also have this one here, which is your embed code. And I'll show you what we can do with the embed code here. So what we're going to do is copy this embed code. And I'm going to close out of that. And you can see my video is posted. It is still listed as unlisted. It shows me when I uploaded it, and it will show me how many views I have on that particular video. Here's where I like the embed code. When I go to use this video for an assignment, I can create a new assignment, and I'm going to just start with labeling this based off of the video title. I'm going to start by basing this off of what I named the video, and that is multimedia. And then this is normally where we would type the instructions. Now, if I paste that embed code there, it's not going to do anything because this is an HTML code and we're pasting into a plain text box. What we have to do is come right over here on Canvas. On Blackboard, I'm not sure where it is, but this is the symbol that you're looking for. Canvas used to have one that said HTML editor, and I'm not sure if Blackboard has that, but HTML editor used to be right up here for Canvas embedding. Now it's down here, and I'm going to click on this embed code. Now it's giving me the same box, it looks like, but when I hit Control V and I paste that HTML code there, I'm going to hit that embed code and switch back, and now my video is right inside my assignment. So I can add to my assignment down here. I can give them instructions of what I want them to do, but I have a video that introduces it. So this would be good if you are going to be out of class for a day or two. This is great. You can leave instructions for your students, and it's real easy to incorporate into your lesson there. You can put your points on there. You can put in how you want students to submit their work, whatever that might be, what the dates are, including in the assignments and so on. And then, of course, you'll hit save, and there's your video. The kids will have access to that right there. You can do the same thing. And when I do video lessons, I actually create quizzes to go along with these. And I'm going to go ahead and click on New Quiz. And this works in the classic version. And I like the classic version because I'm a little bit a creature of habit, and I like being able to know exactly what I'm looking at. So this is the older version of how Canvas quizzes used to look. So I'm going to go ahead and click Submit. I want the older version of that. And again, here's my box where I can type instructions. to my students. But if I want to embed my video, I just click on the embed and Control V. And there's my typed instructions. Here's my video. And then I can switch over to questions and set up my questions for the quiz. When the students see this, they'll actually get a box that shows the video. And then underneath that will be a button that says take the quiz. The kids will click on that and then they'll get access to those questions. They can access the questions before watching the video. That isn't really something that you can prevent, but it's still a pretty good feature to be able to have in here. And then of course you can add your graded quiz, sync your answers to Skyward, shuffle your answers, everything that a normal quiz would do. This also works with Loom, and I'm going to go ahead and take out my HTML instructions there. You can still see the HTML code for typed instructions. But if I go back over here to my original Loom video, if I click on share, I can get an embed code. Code's copied. Come back over to my quiz. I'm still in the HTML editor. And you can see this is definitely a different code because this one's longer and it was a different video altogether. But if I turn that off, there's my video and I can go right into quiz questions and create questions to go along with my video. So really quite an easy process to integrate this directly into Canvas. And it's nice to be able to have that feature just because you don't want the students having to go to too many different places to try to find your content. So if I were to do this, and let's do a YouTube link here just so you guys can see what that looks like. So I'm back in my plain text or rich text editor, and I'm going to go back over here to my YouTube video and let me get the video link. When you want to embed, or not embed, if you want to copy a link into your assignments or quizzes, you're going to go and look for this symbol right here. This is your external link tool. So you're going to click on external link, and I'm going to copy the URL here. And then for the text, I'm going to just give this a name, click done, and it's going to create a YouTube link. Now, when the students click on that, it's going to open up a new tab and take them out of Canvas. They can still watch it. They can still go back to Canvas and access your quiz. If that's how you want to do it, by all means, you do things the way that you need them and the way your students need them to be done so that you get the most out of them. This is not me telling you one way to do it. I'm trying to show you as many possible tools and different ways of approaching this so that you can get the most out of your use of your LMS and get the most back from your students. So we're going to click on save, and you can see there's my video lesson, and when I click on this, it's going to open in a new link. So I'll turn that off real quick. But you get the idea that this is very easy to do, and it's really a nice feature to have. So recording your lessons is really kind of the big thing right now. This is what people are doing. I have a video on Loom that I think you guys might want to go watch, but this one here I think does a lot to show you. Here's how you can use this tool in your classroom effectively. So this is one that I think is a good one for you, and of course I think it's one that you can actually use with your students as well. So thank you so much for joining me in the digital classroom today. For more tools and techniques on upgrading your digital curriculum, don't forget to follow my Facebook page at The Digital Classroom, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any of my great videos. Thank you for joining me in the digital classroom today. I'm Jamie Benedict, and until next time, class is dismissed.